On Friday, April 9th, the world was devastated when it was announced that legendary rapper DMX had passed after being on life support for a week. He was admitted to the hospital after suffering from a heart attack. As we all know, DMX's struggles outside of music were no secret. When the news broke, many in the industry shared their condolences, while Lauryn Hill brought up her frustrations with how artists are treated. Master P would also make noise and suggested that there should be some type of rappers union to help artists. Today we have our company hype analysts, Capone and Pierre, calling into the show to talk about their encounters with the rap legend and also to answer the question, could DMX's death have been prevented if the industry showed more support when it comes to artists' personal lives? Pierre, I'll come to you first. This is heavy. I feel like we feel it in the room. I know you got to feel it there. What was your reaction when you first heard the news?
Well, I'm paying homage to the late, great DMX. I was saddened like most people. I mean, he was part of my youth, especially my hip hop youth. When I really got into hip hop, while I was traveling and seeing artists and so forth. It really, he lived such a up and down life that, I hate to say tragic because, he did a lot of good too. Had a lot of good stuff that came out of DMX. And I don't want to get lost in his what do you call it? The negative things of his life, override the positive things of his life. One I ran to first time I met him was on a concert. It was him, Jay-Z, Method Man, and Redman. And I remember it was a big concert in the arena, and Redman, Method Man came out on some like wires. They were flipping around over the crowd. The crowd went crazy and all so forth. And then DMX came out, and he came out with like his jean jacket on, and the crowd went crazy. Then he took his jacket off and had his wife beater on, and the girls, everybody went more crazy. And then he took his wife beater off. It was another level. And I was like, damn, all he did was take off clothes, and these people went crazy for him. I mean, it was ridiculous. Like he had, like pyrotechnics on stage and animals and shit. He just took off clothes. And the last time I met him was I was doing a show in Detroit, and he was doing a live, like a concert, outdoor pop-up concert on a flatbed. So he did the concert. We went during the daytime to see him. I go to his dressing room, and we talk. He's always been cool, always down to earth, always, what's up, dog? How you doing? What up? He's always cool. And he says to me, I tell him I'm performing. He says, I'm going to come see you. And I'm thinking, all right, you ain't coming to see me. I'm going to come see you tonight. I'm going to come. I was at a comedy club in Detroit. And later that night, he came. And I was like, oh, shit. So DMX came to my show. It was packed up in there. And, he showed a lot of love. And when the show was over, I went to the club owner. I was like, yeah, man, DMX came to see me. Yeah. He said, oh, I had to pay him to come see you, man. I was like, what, me? If the money came? So, but those are a lot of funny stories I have in my book. He's one of them. Hey, rest in peace, brother. He did a great job while he was here, man. And he's definitely one of my top 10 of all-time rappers, man. So God bless the brother.
Absolutely. And I think a lot of people share that story that DMX just showed love. He showed love more than anything. Capone, I want to come to you. What was your reaction when the news broke?
I guess the word numb would be best for me. A lot of people, especially from New York, know how close we were. DMX actually got me to perform on several Rough Rider albums doing the skits with Drag On, Swiss Beats. Swiss Beats to this day still hits me up, and actually the other day he hit me up and told me he got something that he wants me to do with verses. I guess the first time I ever met him was in 1999 when he first came out, and he was a big thing. Like Rough Riders had all the stars on it, but he was huge. When we did a show, I forgot the name of the park in Mount Vernon, and it was cold. It was outside. I had on this big white full-length mink, and of course I stood out. Right. And the funny part was we spoke before he went on stage. I guess the mink was what caused his attention. Like, who is this dude? Like, so after we spoke, and his wife actually was a big fan of mine, and she always told him that I need to take you to BBQs to see this kid Capone. So he told me about the story, and we just hit it off ever since then, and brought me into the studios, and I recorded on it. I think the craziest part that I remember him is that he to me, he was a prophet. He knew when he was going, and he's never denied his problems as far as drug abuse or whatever he did, but he prayed for the world more than he prayed for himself. And that to me was when I saw him tell 10,000 people in the audience to bow their head and pray, and they did it. It shocked the hell out of me. I've never seen no artist do that. And so when he finally came to BBQs, that was his thing until one of my security guards that was there, which I don't want to reveal his name because he retired now. He's a detective. He was the one who watched DMX's back to the fullest. And, he will never die. Not to me. Never.